Not a lot of visitors today, but welcome to the last Tuesday in March. So just tuning into nice smooth movement. Maybe you can curl your toes into the footstool as though you're a canary on a perch, and you might wriggle them a bit and just make sure your toes are alive. The movement is smooth. You know, if you ask yourself, yes, there's a stretch. You come up and wriggle your toes and make yourself really tall and relaxed above your collarbones. Or maybe there's some other area of your body that tenses up. You can take a yawn and fill the belly and the lower ribs like a balloon. Your eyebrows and eyeballs might move around a bit. Why? Because they can. So we've got toes wriggling, bird perching, collarbones relaxing. There's an awful lot of things going along in the body, more or less on autopilot. Thank goodness for that. Stand on one leg, heel off the ground. And we're doing all those things again, tall and relaxed. Smiley cheeks. Make like a dancer as you compass point your spare foot. The toes curl. The balls of toes squeeze together, and you've got equal weight left and right of the foot. If that foot does all those things and grips the ground, before you know it, you look like you're a dancer. Both feet are doing the gripping the ground in equal weight. Can you keep that going? When I see you looking like a really nimble dancer, I know that you've got it. Grip with the forefoot, equal big toe and small toe side. And before you know it, you play the Bugs Bunny tune. On with the show, this is it. Could you do it one-handed? Yeah, you might like to try that. And this really is beginning to make you. And the heels off the ground and the support leg. Yeah, we're really beginning to look like the team on the Bugs Bunny show. I got to find that clip someday. It's just a wonderful old memory. So, okay, other foot. Already the heel's off the ground, the toes are curling, the forefoot is gripping. You place the other points of the compass. Grip, 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 grip. And if you're feeling really clever, you could try using just one stick or no support whatsoever. Do, 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 do. I just see a little bit more there. Wow, we're really going for broke on the balance here. So as I get a bit older, I enjoy doing things like this, but usually it's in fairly small doses nowadays. If I have a really hard workout at the gym, well, I might not repeat it for 2 weeks. I might have a medium workout in between. All right, so just hold your stick like you're a hunter-gatherer with your digging stick. And this is foot placement, walking. Toes are up and spread wide. We'll land them down and curl them in and grip. Toes wide and up and land them down and grip. So this feels a little like Pink Panther. I won't do the Pink Panther theme. And perhaps they're like spacewalking boots, magnetic spacewalking boots. Grip, grip. We'll just keep that going. So grip. Yes, that's right. So now we've really warmed up the front of the feet and the awareness in the front of the foot. And we'll now sit in the wall with the toes up. And just take the stick and turn it into the railway station points. Forward you go, the straight back. And the train goes through and you put the points back. And forward And go forward quite a lot. And the toes are up. And we'll do 3 each side. Here's the third one. Okay, just switching over. Toes are up. So this stick, partly it's good for your lower back and glute muscles and hamstrings, but also it takes your mind off what the quad muscles are doing in front of your thighs. All right, now, grit your teeth a little, slide down the wall for a count of 5. Can you get the thighs horizontal? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Just come off smoothly, because we always do things smoothly in Pilates. Now we'll grab a chair. So we'll do the front and back split squat with half your hips on the chair. Your stick is still that hunter-gatherer stick, and it's moving up and down smoothly. Here we are. Ankles in line with your back. Just here. So we've got that big movement, and you can feel the 1, 2, 3. 1 for the chest, 2 for the neck, 3 for the... You got that slight lifting and curving. All right, are we ready to stand up? Stretch and get the nice curve. Did you feel a rib stretch? We'll do 4. There's number 2. And I'm guessing this must be number 4. Just pirouette the chair. Ankles in line with your back. When you're up, the ribs lifted, the neck's lifted, the ears got fingers pulling up on it, and you got the lengthening on a curve. Okay, so when you land it smooth, the whole point of the stick is it makes the whole body move smoothly and land smoothly. Maybe one more. Parallel squat. Get your thighs parallel with the ground. The stick's still moving to help you move smoothly. Let's start from the top. The elbows are straight. Get a nice little stretch there. Sides of the neck, more or less relaxed, I hope. But when we go down, just see if you can get your thighs parallel with the ground. There's your parallel squat. Yawn, stretch, relax your neck and smile with your cheeks. Yes, that's good. Thigh bones horizontal with the ground. That is a really strong position. See right down there, huge engagement of glutes, pelvic floors. It's just like you're sitting there. And a nice stretch at the top. Supposing we did 2 minutes of this every day for the rest of our lives. It's getting big muscles moving and getting a little bit of cardio workout. 2 minutes a day, wow. And yes, one more walking thing. We'll just hinge out of your foot. And it might look like that. You wouldn't need a stick. You're hinging out of the ball of the foot. Think about the toes, the pads of the toes curling in front of the foot narrowing, and then it's just pushing you up and sinking back down. Now take the weight back a little bit. You might bend your front knee, so there's a little bit more weight as you out of the back foot. So when you go down, just take your body back and down you go. Keep the weight. So you have 2/3 of your weight on your back foot. What does that feel like? Maybe lean back a bit. Yeah, most people are taking the weight onto the front foot. So just humour me. Just try the other side. You could go forward, and you're hinging out that back foot. Curl your toes in and ask them to push you upwards. Or you could take your weight back and lean backwards. You got more weight on there. And you curl your toes, and now they're really working to push you up. And so we're getting all the muscles of that back foot working out of the hinge joint of your ball of foot. And so we can lean forward. I guess if we had the stick foot here, Now, there's more weight on the front, but you're still hinging at the back foot. It's a different thing. I think we got the feel of it. Now, if we have time, if I remember, I'd like to share that again, so we get a little more awareness of what's going on. Yeah, we'll get onto the mats now. I'm going to go straight into a Pilates 100. You have been warned, you know what to do once that mat's flat on the ground. Pilates 100. So I'll give you the little, in fact, we'll have a little tour of an intro Pilates workout. Pilates 100. This is the position I'm going for. You've got two arms and a leg pointing at the top of the ceiling. Okay, so we're doing inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale. And exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Just switching over. All right. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2. And inhale. And exhale. And inhale. We're going to go into the roll-up. You're going to be long on the mat. Now, straight elbows. Goody, we're going to do a roll-up. Now, the basic roll-up, I'm just cueing the basic roll-up. Two arms up, head up. Come up like rowing and reach past your toes. Now, just enjoy that lifting and stretching there. Your back ribs lift, the back of the neck lifts. And then down we go again. We'll do one more like that. Straight elbows, stretching. Arms up, head up. The back ribs lift. And you're lengthening on your curve. I'm going to go now for one each side, a bent knee assist. Bent knee assist. And straight forward and reach over your toes. A bent knee assist on the way down. And look for the nice stretch for your shoulders and ribs, and we'll just get bent knee assist. And the back ribs lift. You get a hamstring stretch amongst other things. And bent knee assist. Legs long on the mat, or single leg circle, take your leg to the ceiling. And with a floppy ankle and foot, circle. And then change direction. Like, imagine your foot's going to drop off. It's just a bit wobbly up there. It's allowed to be. Now, other parts of the workout, I'm going to cue for toe and ankle movement, but the foot's floppy at the moment. We bend the knee and give ourselves 1, 2, 3, shoulder blades, back ribs flat to the mat. 9, 10, 11, 12. Let's take the other leg, single leg circles, round we go. So we might have about 6 each way, and the foot's floppy. And if the foot's relaxed, you might feel if you're pushing through your elbows, just to stabilize. So changing direction, and with floppy foot, is it going to drop off your leg? You know, I've cued that a few times in my life. The foot's not dropped off yet, so not to worry. And then bounce, bounce, bounce. This is a lovely, like lying back on the beach moment. 7, 8, 9. So standard rolling like a ball, just up and boost forward and brace the grip in front of your shins. Just keep pulling those shins in. Just going for 4 of those. After this, we're going to do some of the abdominals. Yes, we've got it. Good. We boost back and single leg stretch. Are we ready? Just hold that. Now just see if you can quietly bring the knee in under your eye and touch your cheekbone. Try the other, just holding there on the other side. And come on, just quietly. That's really getting the tummy working. All right. It's a bit early in the morning, but yes, we can just about do it. And 4, just hug. Touch your side of your nose if you feel you can. Is your nose cold or warm? Take a little break, ready for double leg stretch Our number today will be 2s and 4s, double leg stretch. We're going to have 2. Again, and warm your nose with your knees, if you can. Your heels are touching together, and the arms just a little bit wide, but above you. And hugging again. And now hugging again. Now take the arms flat to the mat, head down and legs wide, and just bend your knees. Can you keep your back close to the mat? You hug in, we'll repeat that. So arms wide, legs wide, slightly bent knees. Can you keep your back close to the mat? This is working the mid to lower tummy. And take a break. Single straight leg stretch. It's just bring the legs to the center and grab an ankle, pull. We'll pull it to a spot behind your head. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6. Just switch over. 1, 2. The crisscross, just 4. Hand behind the head. So we send one leg long and look to the other side. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hands behind the knees, spine stretch forward. Your lower ribs are forward. Maybe it feels like you're a baby sitting up tall in nappies. Yeah, we'll just take the rest of that spine stretch forward. A ripple of roll down and a ripple of rebuild up. By now, you're beginning to be able to reach over your toes. You've got some more flexibility. Show me what you've got. And so we can take that now into, well done, just into a beach ball hamstring stretch. So we're gently palming a knee down and pulling on a toe. We've still got the lengthening on the curve. Your back's lifted, your back of your neck might lift. You're allowed to move your eyeballs and your eyebrows. As you think about bringing your nose or chin down to touch your ankle. And just take a note of how it feels, because we're going to try the other side. See how I've added this in as a supplement to the spine stretch forward. So that's got me knowing there's a bit of difference one side to the other. Right. So if you can't pull on your toe, well, you could just put a thumb and finger around your shin and just pull yourself forward. And the knees gently pushing down, or firmly if you feel up to it. All right, so the back ribs are lifting, the back of the neck's lifting. You put your nose on your ankle. Still let your eyeballs and eyebrows move. Because as soon as your eyeballs and eyebrows are moving, the rest of your body will tend to relax. How are you doing? Yes, that's very good. So we're just pushing back on the boundaries of the possible here. We ain't like 7-year-olds, or we probably would have our nose on our ankles, but it's certainly worth pushing back on the boundaries. So this is a wonderful day, and we're fearfully and wonderfully made, and there's still a lot to rejoice about things, even though we get a little bit slower, because we're past our peak of our 30s, aren't we? We're all over 30. I think we're all over 30. So we can still, a lot of things, wonderful things to rejoice in. So we just, when we go, just, your arms are sore and you've got a rubber glove hand off the end, just flop your hand. So get your sit bones equal and you might get about 10 twisting actions to send the saw. You just about imagine the woodcutters working at a double-ended sawmillers. And it's stretching. It's about 10 or 12 times. Now let the hand be floppy. It's a rubber glove on the end of a saw. Your sit bones are equal. Twist, twist. And again, you let your eyeballs and your eyebrows move a little. Stretch. There's about a dozen. Saw. We can only imagine what that would have been like in a sawmill camp in a pit saw with one guy on top of a big long saw and the guy underneath. So I guess the guy underneath would get lots of sawdust and rubbish on his head, wouldn't he? It's probably not the favourite As it might have been the favourite job, because the guy on top would have to be doing like a squat or deadlift. Pull the saw up, the other guy pulls out, pull the saw up. Yes, saw. Okay. Let's just think about the twisting action we had there in the spine. Driver looks behind, you push yourself tall, everything moves around. And you're tall, and as you breathe in, your neck can relax. Eyeballs in corner of eyes. Happy eyebrows. And we can come around and, ooh, bit stiff. All right, eyeballs, they're still pretty mobile. The ribs can twist a bit more. If we breathe in, get the eyeballs in the corner of eyes and relax the neck. And we might just, you can switch your legs and just show me a couple more. So driver looks behind. Ideally, we'd maybe spend a minute on this twice a week. And then we can imagine doing this wonderful double articulated trailer backing sort of things. We go to the double articulated trailer backing champs. Where would they be? Somewhere in Canada, probably. Trucker's Paradise, America or Australia, perhaps. Okay, so we've looked out the back window of the car. We'll go into a basic bridge. So the bridge section, and the arms are a little wide and the shoulder blades flat. Curl your tailbone up, curl your hips up, knees forward. By the way, knees forward, it's a lengthening cue, right? And if you sink down a bit, the knees come a bit closer. Send the knees away and feel yourself lengthening, and I hope your neck's relaxing. And our torsos are doing three things all at once. The torso's breathing, and it's bracing. And if we add in a leg movement, there's also, it's a little bit of movement. I'm just doing vertical leg to 45 degrees, because that's where my joint is, my sacro joint is currently. So online, if you've had a sacro joint problem, that's the movement. Tick, tock, not too far down. Tick, tock, neck's relaxed. Smiley cheeks. You're breathing, bracing, and moving, and hopefully smiling all at the same time. How are we doing? Tick, tock, grandfather clock. Yeah. We'll just come down for a little break, prepare for the other side. Okay, curl the tailbone up, curl the hips up. By the way, the feet and knees are about 2 inches apart. Well, knees give way, that's your lengthening cue. So I'm just taking leg to ceiling, leg to 45. Tick, tock. And can your neck relax, and can you smile with your cheekbones? Tick, tock. Just keep that going. Yes, good. There's a lot of work going on with the buttocks bracing, the tummy's just quietly working. Here's your core, your center of your body is working here. Whoa, how are we doing? All right, I'm just going to tick, tock, 5 and 4 and. But when we come out of here, we'll come up to the twist. It's a very funny sort of exercise, this. So your head moves round and each vertebra follows down your spine. So your eyes look over, your head looks over, arms. And then the eyes look over and the head. Just work at having a nice, long, relaxed neck. Let your eyeballs do some of the twisting. I've always found this to be a somewhat tense exercise, but can you work at doing it with reasonable relaxation? Can you work out how to be comfortably tall? Yeah, it's not so easy. I'm going to just take a theme of spine twist a little further. Tall kneeling, full strings. You're a proud runner. I can't remember the name of the New Zealand athlete, but back in the 1950s he talked about, it was like Big Chief. Probably like the Indian petrol can with a big chief on it. Big Chief, he'd say that was the way he ran. swim a fish. Here it is. So you read the crib notes on your palm, and then you look at your fingernail polish. Crib notes, fingernail polish, and the whole body's twisting with that. And so, if you're sitting in an exam, I mean, you could do worse things, read your crib notes and then check your fingernail polish. Right? Yes, sir. What do the boys do? Actually, this is probably a bit of DEI in reverse. The boys get a chance to actually pass the exam today. Maybe they're just extra good at extra curly at writing their crib notes. And one of the girls are more interested in it. No, they wouldn't be really. I'll be in trouble. Too much detail. Yeah. So education should be first inspirational and then informational. So the exams should actually just check that the teachers were actually inspirational. That would actually get things moving at least. That's my theory. So we were in the bridging. Now, here's another. Let's see if we can do that. I want you to imagine a little flick of your toes. Let's get the ankles and feet moving. Toes down and wide. Toes wide, coming down to your kneecap. This feels like a Pinocchio moment. There are no strings on me. Because it'd be jolly hard to be a puppet master attaching strings to somebody at this moment and making this happen, I think. So this is an open leg rocker prep. We won't take it any further than that. Let's go into side lying. Now, I'll just do hands behind the head and the head down low. So we've got a straight spine. The legs are in front of the mat. So up and down, or front to back. Let's get the toes curling and pointing backwards, and then the toes lifting and pointing forward. And now, imagine you're kicking a soccer ball and you're really long in your body. It's allowed to flex a little bit. Kick. You're kicking a soccer ball up over the top of the goalpost. Kick. Show your soccer ball skills. Yeah, your knees allowed to bend a little. Now the up and down will make the eye and the ball of the foot look up, and then down and up. Now bend your knee. So you really can look up and down with your foot. I want you to imagine pushing a weight up with your foot and then looking down. Push the weight up. Come down. Push the weight up. How are we doing? All right, so just have the leg up there and reach for the foot. And just pull the knee into your armpit. I'm finding that's quite a nice position there. Do you like it? How do we hold this? All right, so développé or passé. Let's make this the start position, the toes on the knee cap and the other knees pointing not forward but to the ceiling. So we can just to the heels, or to the heel, to the ceiling, to the knee, to the heel, to the ceiling, to the knee. We come to the développé position. We reverse, we go to the ceiling, to the heel, to the knee. And when you're to the knee, just pause it. Just remember just to take a nice little breath and relax your neck. Oh, okay. And now we can make this a little bit of fun here. It's a little bit like dancing, lying on your side. Start with the knee. And it's like knee and ceiling and heel and knee and ceiling and heel. And get your foot moving like you're a ballet dancer. Point and heel and knee and point and heel and knee. Now we might like to just come up and prop on there. That leg was just turning out, the front of the thigh looking outwards, but can it look down towards the mat now? And we can. What I want you to do is just put a karate chop in your hip and just push it back. We're just putting a little bit of internal rotation on that thigh. There we go. And so that's stretching out what are some of the things that we were, and we just The karate chop is to push the crease of the hip down and back. And the rest of the body, hopefully, can. Yeah, okay. Good. And we'll do the other side. So we had the front and back kick, like soccer kick version. The feet in front of the mat. You've got a long leg front and back kick. Kick and back. Now the knee can bend a little. Just show me your soccer skills. So the ball gets kicked up and even perhaps backwards over our heads. Kick, kick, and a big ankle movement. Like your toes come forward and kick, and toes go back. So I hope that by now you're feeling there's a real strong workout for you. All the muscles in the sole of your feet and in your shins. Kick, kick. And are you relaxed around your neck? I have this interesting thing with one side. My hips want to unbalance and go backwards. So on one side I'm working at energizing the hip forward. But notice the difference and try and equalize it if you have a difference. So the développé or passé, let's make it this our start position. Toes to knees, and to the ceiling, to the heel, to the knee, to the ceiling, to the heel. I think this is easier lying on our sides than doing it in a dance warm-up routine. We'd be using the bar on the wall probably in ballet. And so, okay, so just come to the top, just hold bent knee version, to the knee. So we change direction to the heel, to the ceiling. Knee, heel, ceiling, knee, heel, ceiling, knee, heel, ceiling, knee, heel, ceiling, knee, heel, ceiling. Pause and point the toes to the knee. Is the neck relaxed? Are we still in one piece? So the muscles that had a workout there might like to have a little, just prop on your wrist. Karate chop. This side's a lot easier for me to do this. I don't know about you. My other side, if you're feeling it wasn't very nice, that karate chop fingers just asking that hip to go back and down. In fact, I'm so stiff on the other side, you can stay where you are, or if you know you've got a stiff, yeah, much stiffer. So I think I'll do my stiff side a bit more. You just get the idea that half of your pelvis is just, it's going down and back. You push with your arm. So the elbow prop. Now, you can actually just take the stick, and what happens if we rehearse the front and back kick? As we just come on up, the stick comes up smoothly and the hip comes up smoothly as well, and now make some front and back kick. Soccer kick style. Just point your toes back, your knee might bend. It's like kick, and you're really smooth, like best soccer player in the world. Kick, the ball sails up, relaxed and happy, over the goal, its head into the goal. Kick. Press with the elbow and lengthen through the body. 4, 3, 2, 1. We'll come up the other side now. Very good, by the way. So eventually you'll be coming up for elbow planks and doing all sorts of, because we've put that movement into the body. So the stick comes up smoothly and the hips as well. And we're doing the front and back kick. Press to the elbow and lengthen through the body. You'll have a long leg as well. Bent knee at the back, kick, kick. So it really is like a very relaxed, superbly skilled, score the goal. And it all looks like it's happening in slow motion, and all the opposition can't cope with it because you put this amazing little curl on the ball and you bend the ball. 5, press the elbow lengthen. 3, 2, and if you survive that, well done. I think we've covered the ground on that. Yes, we have. So for inner thigh lift, I'll show you the classic inner thigh lift because it's always good. This is a 1960s classic inner thigh lift. Well, let's just start with the head's down and you've got hands behind the head, legs are straight and feet in front of the mat. Well, this top hand, put it forward like a handshake, put it behind your heel. So you just stand there. And then the inner thigh lift. Try to make it relaxed and lengthening as that long leg lifts, and you just check in as you lifted, well, your neck and collarbones are relaxed. Then lift, lift, lift. You know, the thing I love most about this, not that it's not a nice exercise as far as I'm concerned, but what I love most is it's a little check to know, can I actually still do it? And then just to add insult to injury, you make a circle with this long leg. But can you relax your neck and shoulders? All right. So let's just change that to a different sort of thing. You got your knees bent. We'll just take the top leg up and hands behind the head. And you might notice the body, if it was a domino piece, well, it's leaning back 45 degrees now. So now you've got so you just try and get the same sort of feel of that lift. Now, I would like you to imagine a cup of tea is on your inner ankle, or it's glued on there with a bit of blue tack, maybe. And in compliance with the previous exercise, I'm just sort of quite enjoying having my hand going up and down as a gesture as well. You might like to join that. I'm not lifting too high, but it's just time under load. And can I think about breathing nicely into the belly and the lower ribs? You breathe in and relax your neck. Maybe we're sort of conducting the audience, conducting the orchestra for a really uplifting Vienna waltz. I'm not going to burst into song, don't worry. Oh, I might just come on down. Did we feel the workout for the inside leg? We did. Phew, I'm glad I'm not the only one there. Okay, so we had circles for this, and we're just thinking about how this is a much lovelier exercise than the 1960s classic inner thigh lift. So just circles. This is so relaxing compared with the previous. Have you got a cup of tea on the inside ankle? We just make it another 10 seconds. So if you've ever been going for a master sprint record in a 60-meter race and you've pulled up short because of an inner thigh muscle strain, you might want to do this. And here's my fish got away story. I was 100th of a second outside the South Island record. By the way, it wasn't a particularly good record, I know. It sounds like boasting. And so I got the inner thigh muscle strain, and well, that was that. Put me in the place. So we'll just inner thigh lift, legs in front. Oh dear. And so just working at being relaxed around your neck and shoulders. So you're not going for an all-out lift as high as you can, grit your teeth. You're trying to make it look like it's trying. Well, smile anyway, just smile anyway. Okay, and make the circles. I'm suggesting not to lift too high. So you might get 4 each way, but you're just trying to find relaxed and lengthening it, comfortable there. And actually, we've done pretty good on the finding relaxed, lengthening, and comfortable. So, okay, so knees bent. We'll just come to the BT Pilates updated version. So now we can really enjoy an inner thigh lift with that bent knee version. That's right. I'm not lifting too high. We can breathe now. We can yawn. If we yawn, where does the breath go? Peak of the breath, you can smile with your eyes and your cheeks and relax your neck. It's like sort of how one might sound if you were smelling the roses. Can the top half of your body go to sleep while the leg is on autopilot? All right, just circles now, I might do 5 each way, but long leg, lengthening body, relaxed neck, and it might be, looks like I'm going to do 4 or 5. And this is the muscle that let me down in that 60-meter race. It's still a little bit old and moth-eaten, but I keep working it, and it's going to be good for it eventually. Now at this stage, I'm just going to grab a stretch band for a stretch band windscreen wiper, just to give a little bit of thank you to the side hip muscles, the inner thigh muscles, for all the work they've just done. I'm going to take a little longer in my stretch today. This is a So this is a little pause in the fast and furious pace of this workout. Okay, I'm just going to come up and put that over the ball of my foot there. There, that's nice enough. So we have, the mnemonic, like the 4 letters for good posture. You're a star, right? Star. S is, I'll get it right soon. Yeah, we'll get it sorted. Just enjoy the stretch for the meantime while I just try and remember that where I'm taking that. Enjoying the inside leg stretch. So a star, the first is smooth movement. So you're nice and relaxed neck and smiley cheeks. Smooth movement. The second is T for tall. Well, at the moment that's lengthening through the legs and the body. And star, well, the A is for awareness. Are you aware of the nice stretches and the comfortable relaxing and lengthening? And the R, well, that's your relaxed. Smooth movement, tall, aware, and relaxed. You can turn it around from star into rats, if you like. Relaxed, aware, tall, and smooth. So I'm just going to keep going. And you enjoy this tall, relaxed, aware, and smooth as you lengthen the muscles into that stretch and feel them go a little bit further, because they just carry on doing what you're asking. Like you ask the muscles to lengthen, and they just relax and lengthen a bit more than they usually would, because you're doing all this star behavior. Tall, relaxed, aware, smooth. Yeah, let's change sides. Now this is a wonderful exercise for all ages, but I believe if there was one exercise that was going to, well, 2, I'd have to say 2 probably. Walking up and down hills and doing this stretch would probably be the 2 things I'd love to do until I was 90 or 100, if at all possible. I think if I was 90 or 100, they wouldn't be very big hills. If I was 90 or 100, maybe I might need a little bit of help to do this, what we're doing now. Or there might be so tall and aware and relaxed and smooth movements. Yeah. We'll bring ourselves into some neck maintenance, and I like to go into tall kneeling for this 1, 2, 3 side neck. Like bamboo, growing tall and moving in the breeze. The beauty is that when you think side rib, side neck, and the top of the ear being lifted, side neck, a side rib, side neck, ear, that almost magically I don't have to cue for that lift of the manubrium bone at the top of the breastbone. It just happens. This is a beautiful gapping of the side joints of the neck. These are really problematic joints, especially if you've had whiplash or you're over 30 years of age. Oh, that's so nice. Okay, so a little help for those of us who are snoring addicts. 1, 2, 3, look up. 1 for the manubrium bone, just touch that and bring it up. And there's the finger and thumb on your Adam's apple lift. And the number 3, your chin and your teeth are just touching. And looking up under your eyebrows or backwards under your eyebrows. Come on down. So every time I wash my teeth, I give a jolly good rinse out, and I'm always amazed how much rubbish is in there when I rinse my mouth out. But then I do a bit of a gargle. It's not much. 1, 2, 3, gargle, 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 and just spit it out. Beautiful. I love that. It's got the gargling noises. But here, just twice a day, you've just put in a nice 1, 2, 3 neck, and you've stretched out the muscles towards the middle, where they should be when they're young, and you're beginning to get in control of the muscles pulling back and causing snoring. And then the other thing is, talking about snoring, is you find some curity tape, some light dressing tape, and you tape your mouth shut. Just make sure you haven't got a cold at that time. And after a month of that, the jaw's reset, it's all rewired, and as much as it can, you've actually pushed back the inevitable snoring of old age. And if you need more help on that, well, you could research jaw devices for holding your jaw forward and so on. And you might need a CPAP, but if you ever talk to people who had those machines on, they'll tell you, oh, look, yeah, I'm awake during the day, but it's really uncomfortable during the night. So, yeah, so 1, 2, 3, gobble, gobble, gobble. It really does help. Every little helps, and because we want to be joyful up into our 90s and 100s. The 1, 2, 3 spiral lookup, well, this is the front corner of the neck. Just put on the first rib there, middle of the first rib, lift, side of the neck, lift. And if you take the hair just in front of your ear, so we've got this spiral look up, we're coming up on the diagonal. Now look up under your eyebrows, directly up to the ceiling. And when you come down, just spiral down. You just spiral down as you're coming forward again. So if I just keep half an eye on you, but you can put a finger on the mid-rib, it lifts. And just on the front corner of the neck, lift. And then the hair in front of your ear, now you look up on your eyebrows, and you're feeling some stretch. And then you spiral back down and look forward. Now that's working one of the major dizzy muscles. There are a number of causes of dizziness, but this is a major one. It's a muscle that's running from the inner collarbone to the bone behind the ear. So we go first rib, side of neck, and the spot in front of the ear lifting. This muscle is lengthening, and we come back down, it's shortening. So first rib side, front of side of neck, hair in front of ear. Now if you look up under your eyebrows, directly up to vertically up to the ceiling, and you spiral back down. Did that make you feel a touch dizzy? Yes, I did too. Why? Because I haven't done it for a while. But this is one of the dizzy muscles. It's called the SCM muscle, from the inner collarbone to the bone behind the ear. It's also the one in Pilates where every time you lift your head off the pillow sort of movement. And for Pilates instructors, that's quite a risk if you're working that muscle, demonstrating all the time, lifting your head off the pillow. And if it gets really bad, I'll get up and sort of cue people, and I'm all drunk. Better go back to 1, 2, 3. And 1, 2, 3. Don't do too much all at once. We'll probably have far too much of that already. I won't ask you to stand up. You might be drunk at the moment. So if you ever want to go on stage and pretend to be a drunk, well, you know what to do. Well, shoulder was just, here we go, the hanging shoulder stretch. Now you can put your hands some at the top of your thigh and just find a nice stretch. Now again, you get your eyeballs and your eyebrows moving a bit, look left and right, shift the eyebrows. And your whole head might look left and right as you rock forward and backwards. And it feels like hanging off a jungle gym. And you can look one way and the other just to change the stretch. And I encourage you to try some jungle gym hanging if you get a chance. I'm on the other side now. Beautiful stretches for the ribs. And I'm feeling for my ribs and where they attach to the breastbone, they're getting a little bit more flexibility and resilience in those ribs, so that if I come crashing off my bicycle, I might not break a rib next time. If you've had to have a broken rib, you might be quite motivated to get them stretched out and a little more flexible right now. The beauty of ribs is the physio will tell you, well, we won't worry about that, it'll come right in a month anyway. And they're pretty much right about that, but it's not a happy journey. All right, so next, just for maintenance, side hip stretch. I'm thinking about hugging your knee to the opposite chest. And you can feel a balloon-like filling of the belly and the lower ribs. At the moment, I'm feeling that this is telling me that the muscles here are a little bit knotted up. And there's a little bit, and it's upset the natural working of the esophageal junction, so heartburn. And athletes get that, and overweight people do. But so I know that there's some muscles need a bit of a massage up here, in the top of the six-pack muscle. So if I breathe in too deep, it's like, ooh. Yeah, I'm switching over. I think really there's two things that cause that heartburn. Everyone gets a bit of it. You don't want to have more than 2 heartburns a week, really. If you need doctors' meds, you need them, but they will hurt your health long term. But heartburn, 2 things that really upset it is like a grumpy bowel that's a bit inflamed, or it's a bit upset, like long-term grumpy bowels. And the other thing is grumpy muscles that are all knotted up and sore. And that's the main things. So the funny thing is, you can get a special mix of things, a proprietary mix that they look after, get the bowel bugs right, the mucus lining right, and the healthy epithelium, all those things. If they're all happy and everything's working, your digestion's working nicely, you have less heartburn. There we go. Now, a little bit of massage. Just quad stretches. I'm going to take us through 3 types of variations on quad stretches. I'm going to have a chair handy. You don't need to double them out unless you've got sore kneecaps, but it won't hurt. So first off, just the Sacroiliacs stretch. Here we go. And the chair is optional, quite nice to have it there, but you wouldn't need it there. Belly button back, and when we're forward, the pubic bone sinks down. I'm a little bit not so good with the forward movement, so I'm not pushing it too hard. It's a little bit grumpy in that SI joint. Now, Val, you might know what I'm talking about there. I'm a little bit grumpy there, so I'm not pushing that too hard there. The other side, no worries. So just that forward and the pubic bone sinking, I'm not pushing that too hard. We'll do the other side and compare. So if I'm back, the belly button's back. And if I'm forward, the pubic bone's sinking down. Now this side isn't worried. I can let that can go quite hard there. That side's not worried. So you can get quite a lot of flexibility into your ribs and spine when you do that. And you can always just find the boundary of comfortable. If you are getting a slight niggle or pain, well, you don't push that particular stretch so hard. But I can guarantee most of us it won't be a worry. Looks like we've got that. That's very nice there. For the athlete's quad stretch, I've got the chair side leg back and hand on a chair seat. Well, this spare hand reaches behind and grabs their foot. There we go. And now we can just send the body forward. Tuck the tailbone in. If you've got your tailbone tucked, that's pushing the top of the thigh forward. I'm certainly appreciating a double layer of mat right now. Tailbone tucked, pubic bone lifting, hips side to side. Excellent. Alex just looks beautiful. Join the athlete club. Well done. Yeah, well, actually, it looks really nice. We can try the other side. I'm just going to. So the chair side leg's back, and the spare hand now just reaches behind and grabs that foot. This is my dodgy hip side, but it's not putting a direct stretch on that area, so we're okay. Yeah, if the hips are forward, the tailbone's tucking. Are you a star? Smooth, a little bit of hip side to side. Tall, aware, relaxed, you're a star. More or less. Yeah. Yeah, I don't like to single anyone else out, but Paul, nice, looks very nice. Yeah. So it's a really good area to be stretching, because if you don't, you end up, all the movement ends up in your lower spine because your hips are so stiff. So it's a good. If the movement, we get to our 50s and 60s, we're very tight in front of the hips, we get nerve pinch pains, which cause stenosis. Ooh, okay. One more quad stretch. Oh no, one more. All right, just tall kneeling if you can. You can do it side lying or any style of that. Just there we go. And so if you can get two hands on the middle of your foot, well, great. And just to add pain to misery, just tuck your tailbone in like a scalded whippet and ask your tummy and hips to come forward a little. Tall, relaxed, aware. And if you take your hips fractionally side to side, oh yes. And it's good to work on this. This is, if we put that muscle group together, all the quads. That's the biggest muscle group in the body, if you think of it as one unit. Other side. Ooh, right, okay. And I'll just say it again, the tailbone's tucked and the tummy and the thigh pushing forward. You can take your hips a little bit, side to side. This is our last moment. Can you just savor the relaxation around your collarbones? Start smooth, tall, aware, relaxed. And just take ourselves up smoothly, tall, and relaxedly, and awardly. Shoulders out. We'll call it a day.